Greetings, fellow Trojans. Yes, I know I've been absent, but like I said, I've been, well, like I will say, because I probably have a few other videos where I'll potentially upload, maybe this week. One of which, if you're a huge Kinika fan or a casual Kinika Man fan, you'll get a kick out of it. Hopefully, if I manage to get around to uploading it this week or something. But I've been playing mostly Breath of the Wild. That's where my time has been spent. But that's besides the point. Here we have SH Figuarts Rock Lee figure, a character that I've been anticipating because he came with his drunken master. Can we get a focus on that? Rock Lee in his drunken boxing state. What makes this peculiar is the fact that I don't think we've ever seen Rock Lee, or teenage Rock Lee, actually go into drunken mode, except for that one movie, but that doesn't really count because if I'm not mistaken, most movies aren't canonical, like in any other anime or manga series. Movie adaptations aren't technically canon. So in this case, that one instance where Rock Lee, in his adult or teenage form, he didn't actually become drunk. So canonically, we've never actually seen a drunken Rock Lee. So that is pretty cool that SH Figuarts or Tamashii decided to include this. This character is a Tamashii web shop exclusive. So that would explain why most of this stuff that he comes with is, pretty high end. But there's that. I'm not gonna go too much into articulation because, I mean, he's got everything. I don't know what you want, except for it's basic stuff. I do kind of wish his ab crunch was a little bit more better. I guess maybe it's just me. I feel like it should go down more. Ball joints. Butterfly it doesn't feel. I feel like it should be able to come out more. Maybe I'm not. It's not much, but I just kind of wish it could come out a little bit more. It does the job. Got some swivel biceps. The new kind of articulation of the thigh, or pretty much they're replacing ball joints. I think I don't know if if they're definitely for sure getting rid of ball joints for this kind of mechanic. I'd welcome it, but it does look a little odd in certain angles, I will admit, because it is cut up into like 3 different pieces, where the crotch piece, the floating piece right here, and then the actual leg joint. So it's kind of interesting. It's a little weird, but I mean, I like it. Double jointed knees. A little limited in the ankle because of his leg warmers, where he keeps his weights. Remember that in Rock Lee versus Gaara fight? The true fight, the fight where Lee should have won, but Gaara's plot armor was too strong. I tell you, man, can't believe it. Like Rock Lee, he should have been the real main character. Would you agree? I feel like I would watch a series of Rock Lee and his struggles and tribulations to be a great ninja, shinobi, whatever, without ninjutsu. That'd be pretty cool. Plus, taijutsu in general is just way more hype to look at than ninjutsu. I mean, that's just me. I guess should I mention that I've kind of jumped. I've not really been too into Naruto in a very, very long time. Rock Lee was the only character that drove me in there, and I stayed there to see if he would do anything cool in Shippuden, but to find out that he got kicked to the side, and it wasn't only until the fight against Madara? No? Whatever, when Might Guy used the 8 gates, like fully all 8 gates, where he just was willing to sacrifice his life, where he got kind of hype again, but then to find out he didn't do much damage. Well, I mean, he did, but I mean, Naruto still had to come save the day. But anyways, the figure is cool. That's all I'd say. Not much in paint applications. He does have a little bit of shading, a bit too much shading if you ask me, around the thigh area. See, that's kind of a little bit too dark here, especially in his buttocks. But yeah. My only negative, and this is a pretty big negative, is that his collar gets in the way of his articulation, which is a little like they lied to you, because if I can show you real quick on the box. On the box here, as you can plainly see, Lee, I don't know if these count, maybe this one, but Lee has his face looking off to the side rather like fluidly. Essentially, it looks like the collar has no like impeding on his actual head articulation, but if I try and recreate that exact same pose, you can kind of see that his head is the collar is much bigger than intended. Or see if I can see what I mean. practically the exact same pose, but his head is slightly taller or above the collars, whereas on this one it's kind of squished in. See what I'm saying? You can clearly see the difference. Or maybe because it's angled. No, it's not because it's angled. So that does kind of like they lied to you. It made it seem like he would have free range of movement at the head. Even right here, I don't think he can get that kind of angled pose. It is very hard to position his head because of his collar. And not only that, this is a very big deal. His collar actually gets in the way or rubs off against his cheeks. The biggest example is because immediately when I got the figure, I started posing him with his drunken boxing state. When I started moving around his head, I noticed immediately that something I should have probably fixed myself earlier on, that you can kind of see the plastic kind of rubbed off, like the actual matte plastic that's against, you know, the layer against his actual plastic. Well, I don't know how these plastic things work, but pretty much it rubbed off. You can clearly see how glossy. See that? The glossiness compared to his matte skin right here. So that happened because I was moving his head left and right against his collar. So what I personally ended up doing like a few minutes ago, I took a hobby knife and essentially I cut off, or I shaved off, I mean, that's the proper word. Not with his head on, obviously, but I took this off and I shaved off parts of his collar. Did I just do it? But I shaved off parts of his collar enough so I can have some range of movement, and it feels a little bit better, but I'm probably gonna shave off a little bit more. A bit drastic, I know, but I realized, I figured that considering I'm not going to be seeing the inside of his collar, what the heck, right? So I just did that to solve the problem. So that's the biggest negative I have with this figure. Aside from that, he's pretty cool. He's Rock Lee. Let's get into his accessories. So aside from this face, you already saw his drunken boxing face, which I absolutely love. It does kind of suck that I already messed up his face, but I'm probably going to end up getting a second Lee anyways. He comes with a looking off to the side angry face, which I kind of wish he was looking forward. That's just a pet peeve of mine when figures come with faces looking off to the side. There's that. And another big surprise is his actual 8 gates, well not 8 gates, but you know, up to 7 gates, because we don't want Rock Lee to die. Face plate, and that's really cool. He does come with the actual colored variation feet. These are easy to install, just pull out the legs and plug them in. Hand gestures, which I do kind of wish he instead of open clawed fists, he came with actual fists. That would have been more appealing to me. It's a minor nitpick. And probably the tedious process is getting his actual neck piece to be this, which is a nice attention to detail that they would do that, but it is quite an ordeal to get him into the actual 8 gates form. I mean, I'm not gonna actually do it, I'll just explain it to you. So what you want to do is remove the face plate, or both the head piece and the face plate, and the back piece easily comes off. Then you remove his collars because it is actually in a separate piece. You take that off, and then what you want to do is put your nail against the neck piece like this, and just remove it from there, and then just replace this with that, and then just reverse the process with the steps. And that is it. Well, I mean, obviously then the hand pieces and the leg pieces, but it's a big ordeal, I would say, just to get him into his 8 state. And you thought this was limited. He pretty much, when you have this headpiece on there, he pretty much has no, well, I mean, he does, but it's very, he can't really look up or down at all, so it's very, very limited. Also, can I just say, this kind of looks like Pauly D from Jersey Shore. I don't know, that just came to my mind. I don't know why I said that, but it just crossed my mind. I don't know. For hand accessories, he came with 2 thumbs up, but as you know, both him and Guy have the nice guy pose, which actually that does kind of suck. He doesn't come with his signature smile, you know, the wink smile. That would have been cool with these thumbs up. He came with these similar hands like the 8 gates form, but rather than brown, they are his skin tone, and these double as his drunken boxing hands. However, another a nitpick is that these aren't technically how they're supposed to be molded. The hand shape is supposed to be like this, if I'm not mistaken, when it comes to drunken boxing, right? Like this. So it does kind of suck that isn't the case. It kind of is on this hand. You can kind of see what the drunken kind of thing with this hand, but not so much. Well, I guess they're both the same, but still, I would have liked to prefer it if they were like this. So a lot of minor nitpicks with this character. Whereas I wish his drunken boxing actually had the proper hand shape, and I kind of wish his 8 gates form had the proper fists, or at least secondary fists, rather than just the clawed fist. And finally, he came with these his signature pose that he does with his stance, or it could double as a karate chop, or high five, or stop, don't move, whatever floats your fancy. But that is everything about this figure. He is amazing, the true main character of Naruto. Give me a Rock Lee filler something. Anyways, hopefully look forward to them's other videos. If you're a Kinnikuman fan, I suggest you stick around because I got some pretty special, hopefully this week, if I'm not too lazy. I'll see you guys later. Rock Lee, show them your poses in the slideshow.